All right, everybody, so here it is, our new truck for the channel. In addition to our Ram Rebel, because we still have that one, we have behind me our 2022 F350 Platinum. And I'm super excited to have this truck. This is a truck that I probably have wanted a rendition of this vehicle for probably the last, I would say, 15 years at least, because ever since the Harley Davidson trucks came out, and well, at that time there was no way I could afford one, so it was just kind of a living vicariously through some of the people that I've known that own those, and they were just awesome trucks. And well, I always wish I had one, and now I've got the closest thing to it that they make today, and this is the Platinum. Although there is the Limited, there's a reason why I didn't want the Limited. I'll get into that probably in another video. We're gonna make a whole bunch of videos on this truck and just kind of different things about it and why I chose it and how it's gonna be an awesome addition to the channel. So yes, we did buy a Ford, and we are here in the countryside, a Ford F350's natural habitat. And I have gotta say, and I never thought I would ever say this, I am proud to own a new Ford. And this is a 2022 and it's still 2021. So we got a whole year with a brand new truck, and we're gonna go through all kinds of stuff, show you guys what is involved with the ownership, all that kind of stuff, maintenance, different little quirks, some things that maybe they can improve on, maybe some things that other manufacturers just kind of missed out on. And also we can compare our 19 Ram Rebel, which is a 1500, not a 1-ton, but they are putting the new cab onto the heavy duty trucks for the Ram coming up, I think, in the next model year. So pretty much if you're in the market for a Ram product, the comparison between the cab of this truck and the one that we have with the Rebel is gonna be very similar. So we can kind of do that as well, especially with the big screens and all that kind of stuff, because if you guys have been following along long enough, you know that I've always wanted a Super Duty, but I wanted a big screen, and we finally got it. All right, so starting off here with our wheels, we do have the Michelin tires, and I measured these. They're pretty much a 34-inch tire, so they are actually fairly big. And we do have our polished wheel. They're not a super high gloss or anything like that. You can see my reflection there. It's not a chrome or anything like that. It's more of like a signature platinum thing, just like our applique on the back of the truck. We do have our signature platinum badging on the back of the tailgate, and then our Ford symbol is actually a little bit smaller on these, so it's not that huge Ford symbol we've seen in some of the previous models. Then over here you can see we do have our giant 3-inch hitch, which is reduced down to 2.5, and well, I have to reduce it down again to 2-inch to fit any of the hitches that I have, because this thing has a massive hitch on it because of its huge towing capacity. Then over here on a remote, hit the button twice, tailgate lowers down, which my Laramie did, but the Rebel doesn't. So it's another thing that Ram kind of just cut out when they made the Rebel, but it is kind of cool. It's not necessary, but it is kind of fun to show your friends what it can do. We do have our camera attachment right here, so we can actually buy the camera and the cord and put a camera on the back of our RV, which is really cool. And then over here we do have our trailer wiring. If we want to run a fifth wheel, you can hook that right up to your truck. And then also down here, if you're just running regular, you have your plug-in down here. And then we have the 4-pin down there as well if you're running a light trailer. We do have the FX4 package. Also, we do have the box link and the spray and bed liner with the LED lighting in the bed. And you can see we have our little Ford Performance Tough Bed sticker right there. We also have our chrome door handles and our power deployable steps, which is pretty awesome. I didn't go for black. I went for dark Marsala because I think it just gives the truck a totally different look. It's kind of King Ranch, but King Ranch didn't have as many standard options as the Platinum, and I'm not a farmer, I'm not a rancher, so it's kind of not exactly my style. I think the Platinum fit the best out of any of the trims that were there for what you get for what you pay for, because honestly, I was going to get a Lariat because I didn't really think I needed all the options, but by the time I priced it all out, you were pretty much in Platinum territory anyway by the time you put all the options on a Lariat. Now over here on the passenger side, I'm just going to lower this down. You can see our little keyhole right there. So if you want to lock this seat in place, you just lock that with your key that comes out of the fob and you're good to go. Then over here in the center, we do have our USB-C and our USB connection. And then this one is our home power outlet. And we do have heated rear seats as well. And this guy up here, you just have your standard 12 volt. And I really do like the dark Marsala interior as it contrasts with the black. You can kind of see the little graphic, kind of the wood grain almost inside that black. Really, really looks high class. Right here, this is something I noticed right away, because when I was a kid, we had an 86 Tempo, and this is the exact same, other than that it was chrome, the same door lock. We do have our panel, so we can punch in a code to unlock the truck without the key. I do not know what that is yet, but you can go in the infotainment system. Once you have your factory code, punch that in and then make a custom code. So I will probably be doing that very soon. Here you can see we do have our all-weather floor mat in place. It's got the little tabs here that lock it in so it doesn't move around. It's nice because it's nice and out of the way here. You don't cover up the platinum plaque. I have seen other videos where people had WeatherTechs and they had to trim this out in order to have this open. So it is nice that this mat is this way, and it looks like it has a nice gutter here that would collect water and all that kind of stuff. So now we're going to hop up inside of here and get away from all the traffic noise. We do have the giant 12-inch screen, which is not a 14-inch screen like the Ram has, but it is more of a square, not the kind of Tesla rectangle. And it is very, very nice. It doesn't have separate zones like the Ram does, but we'll kind of go into a comparison with that in a future video. But it is very nice. It's very easy to use, and I've been very much enjoying it so far. Let's start this thing up because, well, I want to get some air conditioning going, and we'll go through a little bit more of the interior. There it is, that signature sound of the Ford chime. I never thought I would have a vehicle that had that, but this truck has definitely impressed me so far. So as you can see, it is a beautiful 85 degrees. I'm gonna turn this cooled seat down a little bit. 85 degrees here in Pennsylvania, and yeah, we are going kind of to the end of September, so it's like the summer came in September, and it never ever ends. So we're all still sweating here trying to do these videos, but it's all good. In here, I'm gonna open this up. We have a USB-C, a regular USB, and then we do have a wireless charger, which is a little tiny bit tricky to get that. And usually it lights up. Let's see if we are charging. We can go to CarPlay right here, and there we can see we do have the little lightning bolt, so everything is charging with our phone. I have had a little bit of a hiccup with this, but I'm gonna make a whole list of things. There's not a huge list, but there's a couple little things that I've noticed as I've owned this for the last few days that maybe need to be worked on, but that's just how we make things better. We find things that we maybe don't like as much and we make them better. One thing that is cool is, well, you have two cup holders here, you have two cup holders here, and if you want four, you slide that over, you got 4 cup holders. Easy to slide back. You got a nice tray here. And then over in our center console, we do have a little surprise. This is something the dealer ordered, and it wasn't something that comes with every truck, but you can order it from the factory, and you have a combination safe right in your center console. So if you want to put something in here that you really don't want somebody to get at, it's pretty simple. You know, you just turn this knob here, spring loaded, opens up, all that kind of good stuff. You got lots of storage inside there that can stay nice and safe in case you're in a bad area or somebody breaks into trucks or all that kind of stuff. You really don't have to worry about somebody getting into this. This thing is pretty rock solid. It's cold rolled steel. You'd have to really want to get something out of there to be able to get it out. Then over here on our top buttons, we do have our Jake brake. Well, it's not really a Jake brake. It's more of just an engine brake. It does the VGT in the turbo, but does make cool sounds when you're going down grades and all that kind of thing. But all in all, I mean, if I shut up for a second, you guys can hear this thing purr. You really can't hear much in the cab. This is nothing like the old Fords that I'm used to, the old 6.0s. Those things were so noisy and smelly inside the cab, all that kind of thing. This is a totally different experience, and this is why I'm very happy to actually have my new Ford, because, well, this is way better than those old ones ever were. So over here we do have our traction control off button. We do have our hazard lights. We do have our hill descent, and we also have our lane departure. We push this. Lane keeping system on. So we'll have to try that. I've never had that on yet. That's the first time I've ever pushed that button. And then we have our cameras. So right here we have our camera on the front of the truck. We do have our 360 degree view. Go up to this guy right here. Push that one more time. This is just our front camera. This is the 3 cameras, the one in each mirror, and then the one in the center, kind of giving us a whole big view of the front. Then over here we do have our bed cam, so you can watch your fifth wheel and all that kind of stuff, make sure that's all good, or your cargo in the back. This one is actually for that camera that we talked about earlier that you can put on the back of your trailer, which is very nice. I think I'm definitely going to be getting that one. Then here we do have our hitch. You can see it right there. So we're backing into a trailer got no problem. You can see that without anybody spotting you. And back here we just have our regular camera of our tailgate. You can kind of see the whole back view of the truck. All right, so we are on the road with our new 6.7 liter Power Stroke. And I gotta say, if you have not driven in one of these new Power Strokes with the 6.7 in it, you definitely need to before you decide on what truck you're gonna buy, because, well, I kind of already knew what I wanted. I have a couple buddies that had some of the older ones, and then neighbor Mike went and got one of the new aluminum ones. He's got a 2018, so it's a new body style. And that thing is an absolute rocket. He couldn't stop talking about it. And well, I already knew I wanted one of these before he said that, but it just kind of more solidified my decision that I had to have one of these trucks. So we traded in the Cummins, the work truck. It was a SLT, if you guys didn't know, dually cab chassis, detuned commercial version. So yeah, it was a nice engine, nice transmission, had the Isin in it and all that kind of stuff. It was 4-wheel drive, but it was not this. It was definitely not even close to any kind of trim level. It was air tilt cruise and all that kind of stuff. So it was my work truck, and well, I didn't need it anymore because I built a shop. So now we have something that we can actually enjoy the driving experience. Not like I didn't enjoy the sound of that beautiful Cummins, but this one is so much smoother, so much more refined, and well, it's a lot faster. Yeah, it goes, definitely goes. 1,050 foot-pounds of torque. I do not have the horsepower in front of me. I think it's like 440 something like that, but either way, it is a lot. It is definitely, like with diesels, horsepower isn't really the thing that you want. It's the torque, because torque makes it move, and this thing moves. So here it is, everybody, just kind of an introduction to the 2022 Super Duty. We have some new trails to blaze, I'm sure, and well, we have some new technology that hasn't been out in some of the previous models. We have some technology that has been out, so there is some aftermarket stuff that we can get some toys for this thing, which would be pretty cool. And as far as the Bronco goes, well, hey, that's always a question mark. Nobody knows. I kind of, when I bought this, pretty much thought that I wasn't going to get that anymore, but you never know. I left my reservation in because there's no real reason to cancel it at this point. So we're just gonna kind of leave that at that for now. But for now, we do have no more Cummins. We do have our new 2022 Super Duty 6.7 diesel, and yeah, it's gonna be a good journey. I can't wait to see where this is gonna go. It's gonna be just kind of something that we do together, and definitely drop in your comments, what is the first mod we should throw on this new Super Duty? So if you made it this far in the video, I did this on the last one, it kind of worked out cool, you guys. It means a lot to me when you guys drop stuff in the comments, because it kind of gives you that interaction that you guys watched to this point in the video. So drop forward in the description if you don't have anything else that you want to add. So yeah, drop your first mod of what we should do to this truck, or drop lift, or whatever you want to write in the comment section. Definitely helps the video grow. We're gonna go on that huge, on the last video we went up this same road. This is a really steep incline, and well, this truck's a little longer, so yeah, we didn't lift a tire that time, but it's all good. This thing handles so well. But with all that being said, we're gonna save some of the rest of this for other videos coming up, so definitely stay tuned for those. And we're going to be going down this journey together and building a cool Super Duty. And it's not gonna be exactly, we're not gonna go mod for mod with a Rebel. That was a different animal. This is gonna be a different type of thing for a totally different purpose. So it's really gonna be nice to be able to have both of them and kind of just expand our experience here on the channel. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and as always, keep that hammer down.